What's poppin', dogs? Mr. Allen here working with some parallel lines in this video, but I've got two different style examples. One of them gives us parallel lines and asks us to solve for x and the missing angles. The other one says, are L and M parallel? They look very, very similar, but the process is a bit different. So let's do this first one here. What kind of angles am I working with? And first off, how did I even know that these are parallel lines? Well, the indication are those double arrows there. You could have single arrows, double arrows, triple arrows, whatever. That's how we say that they are parallel, much like tick marks when you're looking at like congruent segments, and then the arcs when you have congruent angles. Everybody's got the different notation. So the lines are parallel. What type of angles are these? These are same side interior. How did I know? Well, they're on the same side of the transversal, and they're in between the parallel lines. So what do I know about same side interior angles? Same side interior angles. They are supplementary. So they add up to 180, all right? If you didn't know that, jot that down. Very, very important. All right, so let's set those up equal to 180, meaning I'm going to add them together, set them equal to 180. So I got 12x plus 7x minus 10. That equals 180 degrees. All right, so how do I solve this thing? Well, let's clean the left side up first. 12x, 7x, that is 19x, minus 10 equals 180. How about I add 10 to the other side? Because we're just dealing with a linear equation here. If it was quadratic, I'd set it equal to 0, factor and solve. But it's a linear equation, which is kind of nice. Ooh, and this works out very, very well. Almost like I planned it to be x equals 10. Gotta love when it divides nicely. So I got x equals 10. That is one part, but it also asks me to find the missing angle. So what's this guy going to be right here? This one's going to be 120 degrees. And that should make this one 60, right, if they're supplementary. Let's see here. 7 times 10 is 70. So we got 70 minus 10. That is 60 degrees. So there we go. We've got, let's circle them here. I'll get them in green. Make it pop a little more. 120, 60, and we've got our x equals 10. That's dope. That's dope. All right, so there we go. We're given parallel lines. Set up an equation. Either they're going to add up to 180 or they're going to be equal to each other, okay, in this scenario. Those are the only two combinations you really have with parallel lines. But what about this one? We got R, L, and M parallel. Well, you can go the route, like these are alternate interior angles. They're in between the two lines that we're seeing if they're parallel, and they're on alternate sides of my transversal. So you could set them equal to each other. But we're not guaranteed that they actually are equal because we don't know if they're parallel lines. There is one piece of information that we are guaranteed, though. It is that these two angles here are congruent. They are equal to each other. They are what's called vertical angles. Some call them opposite angles. Those two are congruent. So I can actually just set them equal to each other. Let's do it. All right, so we'll do 6x minus 5 equals 55. And now let's solve for x, okay? So I got 6x equals, I'm going to add 5, that's 60. Oh my goodness, this worked out so well once again. Who would have thought? I would have thought. All right, I get x equals 10. Is that my answer? No. I'm asked, are they parallel? So what do I do with this information? Well, how about I take this x value that I know is true because this has to equal that, and I plug it in. Okay, so let's plug 10 in right here. I'd have 6 times 10 minus 5. I got 60 minus 5, that is 55 degrees. So this angle is 55. And that checks out, right? I set it equal to 55, so it should equal 55. Cool. Does this one equal 55? Well, if I plug 10 in, I'm going to have 10 times 10 minus 48. That's 100 minus 48. That is 52 degrees. So no, not parallel. And we could also state that alternate interior angles are not congruent. So alternate interior angles, this is going to be pretty dope. Boom, not congruent. So there's my formal way of writing it. Cool? Dope. All right. There we go, guys. So two different scenarios, right? They look very similar. A lot of people mess this one up because it's a little bit weird. You're like, Are they parallel? Like you want to set these equal to each other, but really best way of going about it is taking the given angle that you have and setting it equal to this one, or maybe if they're supplementary, adding them up, set it equal to 180 and solve. But don't take the 2 with x, because then you're going to solve for x and they are going to equal and you're going to screw up the second half there. So take the guaranteed piece of information that these two are equal to each other, solve for x, plug back in and see if these two are equal. If this would have been, say, 45 right here, I would have gotten 55 and they would be congruent and they would be parallel, but this time they are unfortunately not parallel. All right, that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, pop it in the comments. Otherwise, have a dope day and stay awesome.